Hello my dear students, welcome to CMI's online classes. In today's class, in this video, for the students of Standard 8, we will start the new chapter from our English grammar, that is chapter 15, Direct and Indirect Speech. So in this chapter, in this video, we will study about what is speech, how the sentences are written in direct and indirect speech. How do we change the sentences in direct speech into indirect speech? We will also understand the basic rules that we have to follow whenever we are changing the sentences in direct speech into indirect speech. We will also learn and practice how the sentences in direct speech in different tenses they change in indirect speech. How the tenses change whenever we are changing the sentences from direct speech to indirect speech, that we will study, learn and practice in this video. Okay students, so at first we will understand the introduction of speech, and after that a short definition, and after that we will move further with the explanation of the meaning of direct and indirect speech. So let us move ahead with the introduction of speech. So it is written here, there are many occasions in which we need to describe an event, in which we have to describe an event or action that happened, and very often that includes repeating what someone said. So what does this script says that is, so बहुत सारे ऐसे समय आएंगे, occasions, time, जब हमें क्या कहना पड़ता है कि कोई भी एक्शन हुआ हो, कोई भी इवेंट हुआ हो, उसे बताना पड़े. ओके और बहुत बार हम क्या करते हैं, उस एक्शन को रिपीट करते हैं. जिस तरीके से वो एक्शन हुआ है उसी तरीके से बताने की कोशिश करते हैं, या तो कई बार हम क्या करते हैं, उस एक्शन को अपना बनाकर उसे बोलते हैं. अंडरस्टूड. सो सच ओकेजन्स कैन इंक्लूड अ सोशल सिचुएशन एज वेल एज अ वर्क प्रेजेंटेशन. सो वो सारा ओकेजन्स, द एक्शंस में बी द सोशल सिचुएशंस और अ वर्क प्रेजेंटेशन. वो कामों का बयान हो सकता है या तो कोई भी सोशल सिचुएशंस. सोशल सिचुएशंस ऑल्सो रेफर टू work presentations. Okay, so in order to describe what people said, so in order to describe, so इसी तरीके से वो सारे कामों को बयां करने के लिए जो लोगों ने कहा है या किया है. Okay, there are two types of speech. So उसे दो तरीके से बयां कर सकते हैं in two speech. What are they? One is direct speech and number two is indirect speech. Okay, indirect speech is also called reported speech. So indirect speech को हम reported speech भी कह सकते हैं. Okay, so you should not be confused when the questions if the questions are there in which you have to change the given passage into reported speech. In many of the questions there may be written that rewrite these sentences, rewrite this passage or rewrite these sentences in reported speech. So in that case you need to write again that passage or the given sentences in indirect speech. Okay, that means indirect speech is also called reported speech. Okay, so at first we will understand what is speech. So what is speech? So let us see. Speech in grammar refers to the communication or expression of thoughts, events or actions in spoken words or in written forms. So speech का मतलब क्या है? ग्रामर में स्पीच का मतलब है कम्युनिकेशन और एक्सप्रेशन ऑफ थॉट्स. एक दूसरे के अंदर हुआ कम्युनिकेशन, बातचीत, या वो बातचीत का बयां, एक्सप्रेशन ऑफ थॉट्स, विचारों का बयां करना. अबाउट व्हाट इवेंट्स और एक्शंस, कोई भी इवेंट्स और एक्शन हुआ हो उसे एक्सप्रेस करना. कैसे? इन स्पोकन वर्ड्स, बोलकर या इन रिटन फॉर्म्स या लिखकर, चाहे वो बोलकर हो या चाहे वो लिखकर हो, वी कैन एक्सप्रेस our thoughts, events or actions in two ways. That is, one in direct speech, another in indirect speech. Therefore, there are two types of speech. There are two types of speech. One is direct speech and another is indirect speech. So, indirect speech or reported speech. As I have already told you, indirect speech is also called reported speech. Okay. Now, we will move ahead by understanding what is direct speech with examples, and what is indirect speech also with examples. Okay. So let us see what is direct speech. Direct speech. When we state or write exactly what someone else has said, or when the exact words of the speaker are repeated and quoted, we use direct speech. For example, see, what is direct speech? When we state or write exactly what someone else has said. Someone else has said. Who has said this? We can say this person who has said that something is a reporter. Okay. Now see here. So अगर रिपोर्टर के द्वारा बताया गया हुआ बातों को, ओके, उसे हम वैसे ही जब बयां करते हैं, जिस तरीके से रिपोर्टर ने बयां किया, ओके, उसी तरीके से विदाउट मेकिंग एनी चेंज, ओके, एग्जैक्ट वर्ड्स, when we express by speaking or by writing the exact words of the speaker, not reporter, of the speaker, then we repeat the same words spoken by the speaker, okay, by using quotation marks. We have to quote the words spoken or expressed by the speaker. Then we use direct speech. That means whenever we write the sentences in direct speech, we have to quote that particular sentence or particular speech spoken by the speaker. Okay, like here, example 1, she said, I want to play. Okay, she said, I want to play. See, this I want to play is the reported, this is in direct speech. So direct speech is always written with quotation mark. Okay, see, she said, comma, I want to play, full stop. She said, comma. So this the speech spoken by the speaker in direct speech is enclosed by inverted comma. First we have to write open inverted comma, and after writing the speech spoken by the speaker, who is the speaker here? C. We have to put full stop. Then after full stop we have to put close inverted comma. Okay. So many times we do mistakes. How? We use close inverted comma first, then after we put full stop. But this is incorrect. We have to put full stop and then after close inverted comma. Okay. Similarly, it happens with the questions also. If the speech reported by the speaker is a question, then also we have to put question first, then after close inverted comma. Okay. So let us see the another example. Rana said, comma, open inverted comma, I am studying, full stop, close inverted comma. Okay. After full stop we have to use close inverted comma. So the next example is the student said, comma. So after the speaker we have to put the verb. Like here we have said. This is called reported verb. Okay. After reported verb, we have to place the speech. If it is quoted, it is direct speech. If we break the quotation marks, then it is in indirect speech. Okay. So here the student said, we have worked hard. So open inverted comma, we have worked hard, full stop, close inverted comma. So here in all these three sentences, we have kept the words spoken by the speaker as they are. Okay, without making any changes. Okay, and all the words spoken by the speakers are kept here using quotation marks. So all these sentences are in direct speech. Direct speech. Okay, so I would again like to repeat that if we keep the words, if we place the words, if we write the words exactly how the speakers have spoken or how the speakers have said, then the sentences we write using quotation marks with the words spoken by the speakers, then the sentences are in direct speech. Okay, I hope you have understood this direct speech. जब भी हम किसी के द्वारा बोला गया हुआ वाक्यों को बिना परिवर्तन किए, बिना बदले उसे वैसे ही सेंटेंसेस पर रखते हैं, लिखते हैं कोटेशन मार्क्स यूज करके, उससे स्पीकर के द्वारा बोला गया हुआ शब्दों को, वाक्यों को कोटेशन मार्क्स यूज करके जब हम सेंटेंसेस पर लिखते हैं और रिपोर्टेड वर्ब के बाद कमा यूज करके उसके बाद उसके द्वारा बोला गया स्पीच को हम इंट्रोड्यूस करते हैं, एंड वी इंट्रोड्यूस द स्पीच स्पोकन बाय द स्पीकर यूजिंग quotation mark. And whenever we are introducing the speech spoken by the dialogue spoken by the speaker, we have to write that particular dialogue. We have to start that particular dialogue with the capital letter. Here it is I, and we all know that I is always written with capital letter whenever we write it in our sentences. But if you see here, we have worked hard. See here, we, W is capital here. So whenever we write the speech in direct speech spoken by the speaker, then we have to introduce that speech with the capital letter. Okay, with the capital letter. Okay, I hope you have understood how to write direct speech. Okay, at first we have to write the speaker. After speaker comes the reported verb. In most of the sentences, the word said, the verb said is used as the reported verb. And these reported verbs also change whenever we are changing the sentences in direct speech into indirect speech, depending upon the kinds of sentences. Okay, so we will learn all these things, all these important points in the later part of this video. At first we will move ahead with the explanations. Okay, so after reported verb we will put comma and we start open inverted comma and we start writing our dialogue spoken by the speaker, speech spoken by the speaker, and the speech spoken by the speaker in direct speech is written starting with the capital letter. Okay, so these are the important points to understand. Now see, I hope you have understood what is direct speech and how direct speech is written. Okay, now how the sentences in direct speech are written, I hope you have understood. Now we have to understand what is indirect speech. The form we use to speak about what others tell us or when the words of the speaker are repeated. It is called reported. It is called indirect speech. Now see, the form, the way of expressing the action. When we speak about the events, the actions of the performer by reporting it, by telling those speech in our own words. Okay, how the others tell us about the actions. When we change the speech in our own words and try to make the speech our own, then the speech is called indirect speech. Okay, जब हम किसी के द्वारा बताया गया हुआ चीजों को, कामों के बयां को अपना बनाकर अपने तरफ से बोलने की कोशिश करते हैं या बोलते हैं, तो उस समय हम सेंटेंसेस इनडायरेक्ट स्पीच में लिखते हैं. अगर हम बोलते हैं तो भी हम इनडायरेक्ट स्पीच में बोलते हैं. Okay, so for example, I have tried to change the same sentences in direct speech. I have written here into indirect speech here. In indirect speech here. Okay, so she said that she wanted to play. So she said I want to play. So here I refers to she here. Okay, but here the speech has been reported. So this speech is in indirect speech. Okay, so she said that she wanted to play. Now here whenever we are writing the sentences in indirect speech, we need to remove the quotation mark that we have in direct speech. तो direct speech में जो ये quotation mark है, उसे जब हम indirect speech में लिखते हैं तो ये quotation mark को हमें हटाना पड़ेगा. Okay, we have to remove these quotation marks from the direct speech whenever we are writing sentences in indirect speech. Okay, but before that we have to follow some rules. Okay, we cannot remove these quotation marks easily. There are some steps to follow before removing these quotation marks. See, she said that. We have to remove comma also after the reported verb. Okay, she said. Said is the reported verb here, but after reported verb we have to remove comma. तो indirect speech में reported verb के बाद comma नहीं होगा. So after removing comma, we have to put the word that as a conjunction. Okay, so the speaker with the reported verb is joined with the speech reported by the speaker in indirect speech with the help of the conjunction that. तो conjunction that को हम यहाँ पर conjunction की तरह यूज करते हैं indirect speech में. इसे हम reported speaker के साथ साथ जो reported verb है, ये दोनों के बीच ये जो हमारे पास जो रिपोर्ट है, ओके, और उसे क्या करते हैं, ये दोनों के बीच में हम कंजंक्शन दैट को लगाते हैं और उसके बाद वी चेंज द स्पीच रिटन इन डायरेक्ट स्पीच इनटू इनडायरेक्ट स्पीच. ओके, लाइक हियर आई रेफर्स टू सी. सो हियर सी wanted to play. This sentence is in simple present tense. Now the sentence in indirect speech has changed into simple past tense. That means the sentences which are written in direct speech, if the sentences in direct speech are in simple present tense, those sentences will change into simple past tense in indirect speech. Okay, now see, Rana said I am studying. So Rana said. So here I refers to Rana. So Rana is a boy. So here we have to understand the change of pronouns also. That I will also explain these points in the later part of this video. Okay, here I refers to Rana. Rana is a boy. So I will be he here. Okay, so Rana said that he was studying. So no quotation mark. Okay, now no use of start the report by using capital letter. So here we need to remove capital letter like we have followed in direct speech. Okay, so Rana said that he was studying. Now this sentence is in I am studying, present continuous. Now here when we are writing the same sentence in indirect speech, it is changed into past continuous. That means the sentences in direct speech, if the sentences are in present continuous, they change into past continuous. Okay, so the change in tenses we will also understand in the later part of this video. Okay, the student said, see, that they have worked hard, they had worked hard. See, the student said, comma, we have worked hard. So this is in direct speech. Now we have changed the same sentence into indirect speech. The student said that, after reported verb, conjunction that, they have worked hard. See, they here we refers to the students. Okay, so here when we are changing we into indirect speech, it becomes they. Okay, they had worked hard. We have worked hard, present perfect. They had worked hard, past perfect. So the sentences, if the sentences in direct speech are in present perfect, they will change into past perfect in indirect speech. Okay, so I hope you have understood indirect speech also. Indirect speech, in indirect speech we report the same report. We report the same report spoken by the speaker in our own words. Okay, in our own words. And whenever we are writing the sentences in indirect speech, we have to remove comma and quotation marks that are used in direct speech. Okay, so after reported verb, when we remove a comma, we have to place the conjunction that, and after that we have to change the speech spoken by the speaker in indirect speech. Okay, by making the speech our own. Okay, now let us understand what is difference between direct and indirect speech. Let us study the difference between direct and indirect speech. Direct speech is enclosed with quotation marks, but indirect speech is not enclosed with quotation mark. सी डायरेक्ट स्पीच में जब भी हम सेंटेंसेस लिखते हैं, जो स्पीच जो रिपोर्ट स्पीकर के द्वारा बोला गया हुआ होता है, उसे हम कोटेशन मार्क्स लगाकर उसे यूज करते हैं. बट इन इनडायरेक्ट स्पीच इज नॉट एनक्लोज्ड विथ कोटेशन मार्क. हम इनडायरेक्ट स्पीच में कोटेशन मार्क्स को हटा देते हैं. वी रिमूव द कोटेशन मार्क्स इन indirect speech. Okay, the word that is used as a conjunction between the reporting verb and the reported speech. So when we are writing sentences in indirect speech, reporting verb और reported speech के बीच में हम क्या लगाएंगे? conjunction word को हम the word conjunction को the word that को हम conjunction की तरह use करते हैं. Okay. So change in pronouns and possessive adjectives. So there will be some changes in pronouns and possessive adjectives, how they are used in direct speech will change their forms in indirect speech. Like the first person pronouns I, we, me, us, mine, ours, and possessive adjectives my, our change according to the subject of the reporting verb. It depends upon the subject of the reporting verb how these personal pronouns and possessive adjectives change their forms. Okay, we will see in the examples. Okay, now next is the second person pronouns. The first person pronouns, the second person pronouns, you and yours, and possessive adjective your change according to the object of the reporting verb. So if we are changing from subject to object, it change according to the requirement of the sentence. Okay, now the third person pronouns he, she, it, they, and third person possessive adjectives his, her, its, and their don't change at all. See these, the third person, these will not change. Third person pronouns and third person possessive adjectives, they don't change. Okay, for examples, we have some examples here. He said I am happy. Okay, so this is direct speech because after reported verb we have used comma and I am happy. This reported speech is written in this quotation mark. Okay, so he said I am happy. So here I refers to he. So he said, after reported verb we have removed comma and after that we have used conjunction that, and after that I refers to he. So he am, this I am happy, this is in present, simple present tense. So was, he was happy, simple past tense, indirect speech. He said that he was happy, indirect speech. Okay, I said to him you are intelligent. So see here we have he said only, because here in this part of the sentence, okay, in this clause we have only subject and reported verb, but here we have both subject and subject reported verb and the object of the reported verb. Okay, so if we have the object of the reported verb, that after said we should write to him. After we have to write him, to. Okay, before the object we have to write to. Okay, preposition to. Okay, now I said to him, comma. Okay, after him we have to write comma, not after the reported verb, just after the reported verb, because here we have the object of the reported verb also. You are intelligent. Okay, I said to him you are intelligent. So I said to him. So here you refers to him. Okay, so now when we are changing this sentence into indirect speech, so subject I is I here. So said to him, here when the object when the sentences have when the here speaker has the reported verb and its object, then we have to change the reported verb into told. Okay, I told him. We have removed the we have removed the comma. After removing comma we have placed that. You refers to he. So he was intelligent. You are intelligent, simple present. He was intelligent, past, simple past. Okay, so now see here, next example, she said to me. Here also subject has its object. Okay, in this clause, he said to me, comma. So if we have the object, then we have to place that object with the preposition to. Okay, after the object we have to put comma. Okay, if we have only reported verb, then we have to use comma after the reported verb. But if the reported verb has its own object, then we have to put comma after the object. Okay, he has gone. He has gone. So we have to start the speech in direct speech with capital letter. Okay, so she said to me, comma, he has gone. So she told me. So after told we do not write to. She told me. Okay, after told we do not write to in indirect speech. After me we have removed comma and we have placed that. Okay, conjunction that. Now he becomes small because this is in indirect speech. He had gone. This is present perfect. This is in past perfect. Okay, so we will understand about the changes of tense in indirect speech from the direct speech in detail in our next video on this same chapter. Okay students, I hope till now you have understood very well about speech, what is direct speech, what is indirect speech, what are the important points that we have to remember. We have to keep it in our mind whenever we are changing the sentences from direct to indirect speech. Okay, we will explain and understand. We will learn more about the direct and indirect speech in our next video. Okay, thank you so much students for attending my today's class. Thank you so much.